mower off right now. This lawn belongs to the HOA.
You're telling me I can't cut my own lawn? Ma'am, are you sure he doesn't live here?
She was already there when I pulled up the dirt road, after 3 long years away. The first thing I noticed wasn't the cabin or the trees. It was the lawn, completely out of control. Thick, uneven grass swallowing the walkway like nobody had cared for it properly. And right there by the gate stood a blonde woman in a pastel sweater, holding a bright orange HOA lawn control notice, like it was a trophy. She nailed it into my fence post and turned around like she'd just caught someone doing something illegal. Before I tell you what happened next, comment where you're watching from. "Excuse me?" she shouted before I even stepped out of my truck. "You can't be here. This lawn is under HOA control. Leave before I call the cops." I let out a breath. Not because it was funny, but because the audacity didn't even make sense. "Lady, this is my land. I planted this grass. I've been maintaining this yard for years. Who are you?" Her eyes narrowed. "Don't play dumb with me. I'm the president of the association now, and according to our bylaws, this property was abandoned, so the lawn defaults to HOA maintenance." Behind her, I noticed neighbors gathering, whispering like they'd been waiting for something like this. Some looked uncomfortable, some entertained. One older man muttered, "Here we go again." I stepped forward, my boots pressing into the overgrown grass. "You've been cutting and posting notices on my lawn without my permission," she smirked, folding her arms. "Your permission, sweetheart? You lost that when you walked away. I've been maintaining this yard, keeping it under control, and now, if you don't leave, I'll have law enforcement drag you off." I felt that slow burn in my chest, but I didn't raise my voice. "Call them. Let's see what happens when the real owner answers for this lawn." Her phone was already in her hand. "Yes, this is an emergency," she said loudly. "There's a trespasser on HOA property. He's aggressive and damaging the lawn." I froze for a second. Damaging the lawn? I hadn't even touched anything. The neighbors shifted, but no one stepped in. "That's a false report," I said calmly. "You know that's a crime, right?" She waved me off like it didn't matter. "We'll see who's breaking the law when they get here. Enjoy your last few minutes here instead of arguing." I walked past her and unlatched my gate. She jumped back like I had done something dangerous. "What do you think you're doing?" she snapped. "Going home," I said, stepping onto the yard. I used to mow every Sunday. The HOA signs she had hammered into my fence looked ridiculous against the clean lines I used to cut years ago. The crowd parted as I walked toward the porch. Karen followed right behind me, her voice rising. "You don't get to ignore me. This lawn doesn't belong to you anymore. The HOA took control legally." I stopped and turned. Funny thing about the law, it works better when you tell the truth. And right then, the sound of a siren cut through the air. The sheriff's cruiser rolled up, gravel crunching. Karen straightened immediately, like she had just won. "Officer over here! Arrest him before he damages the property!" The deputy stepped out, scanning the yard. "What's going on here?" Karen pointed straight at me. "That man is trespassing on HOA-controlled land. He's threatening me and damaging the lawn." The deputy looked at me. "Sir, is that true?" I met his eyes. "No, this is my property, my yard. I've been paying taxes on it. I just got back, and she's been posting fake HOA notices and cutting my lawn without permission." Karen laughed sharp. "He's lying. He abandoned this place. The HOA took over. I'm the president. I have every right to manage this property." The deputy raised an eyebrow. "Ma'am, this county doesn't recognize HOA authority over private land outside city limits." Her face flickered for just a second before hardening again. "Check the records if you don't believe me." The deputy nodded. "I will." He stepped aside, calling it in. The entire yard went silent. Karen crossed her arms, but I could see it now, the tension in her jaw. I leaned against the porch rail, keeping my voice steady. You really want to? Double down on this, because when those records come back, you're not going to like what they say. And just when she thought she won, the real twist hadn't even started yet. Part 2 gets crazy. Share this with someone who needs to see this.